There's a concern on social media after your commentary tonight that you might pull a Carl. Will you come back and race next year?
I mean, I plan to. I have a contract due, but at this point, there's just absolutely no way that I would even. I don't even think about race car right now. I'm gonna need some time on this one.
If you missed it, Denny Hamlin just spoke for the first time since Sunday's championship showdown at Phoenix, and what he said has NASCAR fans talking nonstop. Social media lit up immediately after his comments, with fans and analysts debating what his words might mean for the future. Some believe he could step away from racing altogether, following in the footsteps of Carl Edwards back in 2016. Others think he's simply processing the heartbreak and will return stronger than ever. But here's the twist. Even Kyle Larson, the driver who claimed the championship, seems unsettled. The winner himself admits the victory doesn't quite feel right. So what's really happening here? Could Denny Hamlin be considering retirement? Will he come back in 2026? And why is the reigning champion feeling conflicted about his own win? Let's break it all down. Heading into the championship race, Denny Hamlin was considered a top contender. This wasn't just another weekend. This was his moment, his shot at redemption. Years of near misses had painted him as one of the best drivers to never win the title, and Sunday was supposed to be different. For much of the race, Denny executed flawlessly. He had the fastest car on the track, led for long stretches, and controlled the pace. His team navigated the championship format perfectly. Every pit call was on time, every strategy executed with precision. Everything seemed aligned for the perfect finish. Then, the late race chaos hit. You know how it goes. Tire gambles, overtime drama, and split-second calls. Kyle Larson took a bold risk on fresh tires at just the right time, and suddenly, all of Denny's effort over hundreds of miles came undone in a matter of laps. Imagine being that close to your ultimate goal, only to see it slip through your fingers at the final turn. That's more than losing a race. It's an emotional gut punch in front of the world. What makes it even tougher is that Denny didn't falter. His team didn't mess up. Everything was done by the book. The system itself just didn't reward it, and that's what's weighing on him now. Fans were quick to notice the difference between a loss caused by a mistake versus one caused by circumstances outside your control, and that distinction matters. Fast forward to today, the NASCAR Awards banquet. Denny faced the media for the first time since Sunday, and what he said sent shockwaves. When asked about racing next year, his words were striking. I plan to. I have a contract, but at this point, there's no way I don't even think about a race car right now. Yeah, I'm going to need some time on this one. Think about that. A driver with a 2-year contract, fresh off 6 wins in a single season, saying he can't even imagine getting behind the wheel. This isn't just disappointment. This is a man questioning everything he's worked for. Denny also admitted this might be the hardest defeat of his career. And considering he's been racing at the Cup level since 2005, that tells you just how gut-wrenching this loss was. That's 2 decades of highs, lows, heartbreaks, and near misses, all culminating in one race that left him emotionally drained. Fans online immediately picked up on his tone and choice of words. Twitter exploded with speculation, ranging from heartfelt support to wild predictions about retirement. Forum threads debated whether this could be the end of Denny's Cup career or just a temporary emotional response. The conversation wasn't just among fans. Analysts and fellow drivers weighed in, noting the rarity of seeing such vulnerability from one of the sport's most accomplished competitors. There's another layer here. Denny stopped by Kyle Larson's celebration Sunday night to offer his congratulations. That's pure class and respect. Just wanted to pay my respects. I hope he would have done the same for me. He's been a great friend. And while it's tough that some attention shifted away from his championship, he absolutely deserved it. I wanted to do the right thing as a friend, regardless of my own emotions.
Just pay my respects. I would hope that he would have done that for me. I think he would have. He's been a great friend of mine. I hate for him that kind of the attention is shifted a little bit away from him and his championship.
But here's where things get worrying for fans. There's precedent for this type of heartbreak. Remember Carl Edwards in 2016, dominating late at Homestead, leading the race, only to have a caution and pit road incident cost him the championship. Kyle Busch won instead. And weeks later, Edwards walked away from NASCAR entirely. No one saw it coming, but the emotional toll was too much. Denny's situation mirrors that. Both drivers were so close to their first championship, both executed nearly flawlessly, and both were undone by circumstances beyond their control. The difference? Denny has a 2-year contract, but contracts haven't stopped drivers before. Carl Edwards was signed to race in 2017, yet he chose to retire instead. So the question remains, if Denny returns in 2026, will he have the same drive and determination? Over the past few years, he's been one of the most dedicated drivers in the garage, thriving where others struggled with the next-gen car. He studies relentlessly, challenges himself, and constantly adapts. That kind of focus demands mental and emotional energy, the same energy he just poured into a championship that slipped away. To fully grasp how crushing this is, consider Denny's 2025 season: 6 wins, multiple poles, and consistent top 5 finishes throughout the year. He dominated tracks, outsmarted rivals on pit road, and played the championship system nearly flawlessly. Yet despite this remarkable performance, the final result wasn't in his favor. That level of effort and perfection being undone in the last moments isn't just disappointing, it's soul-crushing. It's the kind of loss that leaves you questioning not just your skill, but your purpose. And that's exactly the sentiment Denny expressed. After a loss like Sunday's, motivation isn't guaranteed. Will he still put in the long hours? Will the fire to be the best burn as fiercely when there's no guarantee of winning at all? These are questions only time will answer, likely when Denny takes the green flag at Daytona next February. Analysts point out that mental fatigue can be as much of a factor as physical skill in racing. And when a driver is emotionally shaken like this, it can affect decision-making, confidence, and even risk tolerance on the track. There's also the fan angle. Denny Hamlin has one of the most loyal followings in the sport. Social media shows fans sending messages of support, sharing clips of his career highlights, and debating whether NASCAR should implement rule changes to prevent situations like Phoenix from happening again. That kind of fan pressure can be both motivating and stressful, adding another layer to Denny's mental landscape as he considers 2026. There's a possible silver lining. NASCAR is changing its playoff system in 2026. The one-race finale at Phoenix is being scrapped. The new format will reward consistency and dominance over multiple races rather than hinging on a single tiebreaker, and that could play right into Denny's hands. After a season where he was arguably the most dominant playoff driver, a new system that properly rewards his performance might reignite his championship drive. It could be exactly what he needs to say, "I can do this again, and next time, the system won't beat me." Even Kyle Larson seems aware of the awkwardness of this championship. During post-race interviews, he admitted that the win didn't feel entirely fair, highlighting just how unusual Sunday's outcome was. That alone adds fuel to the conspiracy and speculation fans love, making the 2025 championship one of the most talked about moments in recent NASCAR history. So what do you think? Will Denny come back with the same intensity in 2026? Will he use this heartbreak as fuel to chase another title? Or will the disappointment linger longer than anyone expects? And does Kyle Larson feel the weight of his own championship in a way the public hasn't fully seen? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you've watched this far, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already.